everybody knows that balance is important in the golf swing, but it's a huge part of, first of all, keeping your timing element. If I start to fall off balance at some point in the swing, the rest of my body is so worried about not falling over that it really doesn't have a lot of energy to be able to find the golf ball. And there's such a strong connection between players who have power in their swings and high club head speeds and their balance and their weight shift throughout the swing. They got weight shift itself is so highly correlated to swing speed. Well, if you're shifting your weight from one side to the next, you're going to need some balance in there. So that was an area that I was struggling with because if you didn't see the video on that, you stand on one foot with your palms out, close your eyes, and see how long you can stand there. I've already made it longer than I did the first time. So I think I made it like 2 seconds. But I love doing that even at home because with your eyes closed, especially, you really have to you have to feel your body out, and you start to figure out, okay, it's easier for me. I feel like I'm sort of flaring my leg in just a little bit more towards my midsection or towards my spine. That's engaging the glutes. Okay, that makes me roll over a little bit on the inside of my foot, and you start to find those little sensations. But we also have to train that outside of that's just practicing it. How do we train balance?
Yeah, so it's that old saying, Garrett, like we're going to train from the ground up, right? So we're going to work on some things on the ground. And to your point about balance through the backswing and follow through, so you've got a little bit of a balance issue on that right side. So if you can't hold the top of your backswing, it's just that little pause at the top, right? Maybe it's an ankle issue. And if you can't finish your swing, and I know with me, I've got some left ankle issues. So it's hard for me to finish my swing because of that left ankle for me as a left-handed swinger. So we're going to work on it. So the first thing we'll do is we'll have you step on it. We have a little squishy pad. And so all we're doing is we're creating an unbalanced, a little bit of a squishy bottoms to get you some proprioception. So we'll start on the backswing side. This is the right side for Garrett. And we're going to do like the TPI assessment, right? We'll start with eyes open.
Start with eyes open. Okay.
So, yeah. So we're at what we call 90-degree hip flexion. Bring that knee up a little bit, about even with your hip. Yeah. And so if you can hold that for, like a 10, 20, 30 seconds, then I would say, okay, well, let's move on to doing it with your eyes closed, right?
Okay. So I'm gonna go eyes closed here. We'll see how this goes. I'm already starting to find my balance.
I want you to draw your belly button in. So he's going to engage his core by just drawing his belly button in toward his spine. And that's going to lift his chest.
That's it.
So that's pretty good.
That's hard to do. Squishy pad with your eyes closed. I haven't tried that one yet.
So this would be his follow through side.
I tend to have a little bit better balance on my follow through side. I say that I'm falling over.
There you go. So, yeah, I can already tell he's engaged his core by drawing his abs in. I can see his chest rise a little bit. That's good. So I can come in and I can push you, give you a little bit of tension. The next phase to that is let's play catch. Okay. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to toss a little 6-pound ball at you with your eyes open.
Yeah, I want to try this with my eyes closed. Am I standing on one foot still?
Yes.
Okay.
But you've already got your abs engaged. Yeah.
We have to engage them just to catch the ball.
Yeah. And I can see your eyes got a little bigger right now. Right. Your intensity has gone up now because I know you love medicine balls. Well, that's really good. All right. Now I want you to close your eyes. I'm just going to
What are you looking for here? What are some areas that can be problematic that you kind of watch? I mean, obviously falling over, right? You're trying to maintain but is there a particular way that, people are falling off to their sides, they're falling backwards, they're falling all over the place? Is there any theme to look for?
Well, so like if you're losing your balance, I think it's just slowing it down, right? I think anytime I get somebody in a bout, they want to speed up and they start making these big herky-jerky movements. So just calm down, slow it down if you're losing your balance. It's just trying to get your body and your brain to sync up. Like you were saying earlier, sometimes you can feel Like, is my glute firing? Or my abs firing?
Well, when you said I tucked my belly button in there, that I instantly picked up a lot more control and balance when I did that, right? So now I was kind of wobbling all over the place trying to, I said I used to think that balance was controlled with the feet, and as you do this more and more, you realize that some of it is trying to feel like I keep the hip sort of tucked in towards the spine and not letting it fall over here. That's comes from engaging the outside, I guess, of the glute to push it in. But then the other part is abs. And that's one that I forget about a lot of times. It's just as simple as flexing your abs really helps a lot with balance. But it's so easy to, of all the swing tips that anybody's ever gotten, just keep your abs, kind of engaged throughout the golf swing is a pretty good one that most people aren't thinking about a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's too simple, but it works really well.
Yeah, you're trying to relax, but it's that's a little bit of relaxed tension, right? We find you a right amount to relax, but also
Yeah.
enough so things are engaging.
Well, as I'm
So
standing here talking to you right now, I've got my abs engaged a little bit. I'm not like straining and I can't talk, but I'm still just from doing these things a little bit. I've just got, I'm kind of keeping it that way. So you don't have to be tense to keep your abs
yeah.
engaged. Once you learn how to do that properly, I guess.
So let's do that same thing. You can go on the same leg. Let's
Okay.
do same leg. And this time, I was just hitting you in the same spot every time. Okay, this time I'm gonna maybe hit shoulders, maybe toward your hip, and just see if it's any different. Okay.
Okay. Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just do what we call a progression, right? So we got to figure out getting competent and back to the chest. All right. Feel pretty good because you know what you have to stabilize, right? But when I pick a different spot, you're like, okay, I'm not really sure
Yeah.
what's supposed to engage there.
Well, because a lot of the balance, if you get down to like the technical definition of it, balance is being able to maintain a steady center of gravity. Well, when you start moving around, I have to move that center of gravity and readjust it. And that's one of the things that I've learned in the swing too, is that one of the reasons that I fall off balance is when I'm throwing, as you're moving, your center of gravity is moving and you have to adjust your body angles to maintain that stable center. So if you don't do that correctly, a lot of times what's happening, one of the reasons for me, I'm losing my balance is to my upper body's pulling me faster than my lower body's catching me or faster than my core is controlling me. So that's a great way to get that sense of center of gravity.
Well,
Trying to make sure your body's moving around your belly button as you're doing all these things.
so let's go back to the balance. So we did some ground based movements with some cats and dogs. We did some planks on the elbows and the hands. We did some standing balance. So now let's do some lateral hops, okay? Because we're trying to address some of your ankle limitations, and so we're going to apply some force, lateral force to the ankles. And so you're just going to get into your stance, and you're just hopping. We don't have to do big explosive hops, right? Because that's not your golf swing. You're just going from left to right, but we're creating a force and you're going to have to stop that force and push it the other way. So we're going to lift up, we're going to go into that single leg balance, and now you're just going to hop. Okay, we can do hop and hold. 1, 2, 3. So let's do that one first. Hop and hold. Lift one leg up and just hop. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So you're just hopping from backswing to follow through. And again, all I want you to think about is engaging your core, right? Let's just pick one thing. Keep your belly button drawn in toward your spine the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and relax. All right, so we're going to speed you up a little bit. Now we're going to do a continuous hop. So I'm going to have you drop your hips a little bit. So we're going to load the hips a little bit. Going to sink down. Now we're going to let's do some speed skating. So we're going to pick up the tempo a little bit. We're taking a little bit of a hold. Now we're going from a 3 count hold to about a half second hold. Okay. Keep the core tight.
I almost find this a little easier in a way because if you start to lose your balance, you can
Yeah,
you
you
push off.
Yeah.
When you have to hold.
1, 2, 3. Let's go back to that. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And rest. Does it feel harder to land on that right side?
I don't know if I was really paying attention. I was paying attention to keep my core engaged. I don't know if I was paying attention when it was easier.